You are watching On the Move with Lady Kate, brought to you by Afro USA TV, celebrating great women coming up to International Women's Day. The United Nations has set the theme for International Women's Day this year, and that is Press for Progress. We are recognizing great women in our community who are changing the way we do things, who are changing the dynamics and making positive change in our community. With me in the studio today, I have Ms. Justa, who is the founder of Curious on Tanzania. Hello, Justa. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
That's wonderful. Glad to have you in the studio with us today.
Thank you.
I know Tanzania is such a beautiful country. East Africa, Africa as a whole, is a beautiful continent. But your project is so great. We're going to talk about it. Yep. But first of all, the audience would like to know who you are. And so could you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Justa, as she said. I am the founder of Curious on Tanzania, but I don't know where to begin. My story is very long. Yes. I'm not that old, but my story is long.
You've done so many things that you're feeling like, you know, you're more mature than you are actually.
Exactly,
or you're older than you are because of your life experiences. But I know you came to the United States at the very tender age of 12 from Tanzania.
Definitely,
and where did you go to school?
I came at 12, and that was during middle school. I attended middle school in Mount Vernon in New York.
Right.
And then from there, I did my high school there also. And then I moved from there. I did college, college at Long Island University.
Wonderful.
I ended up studying nutrition, and I graduated my master's with international nutrition.
Wow.
So after graduation, I've worked, and my focus was international nutrition. So like I wanted to do something that was related to contributing back home in Tanzania. So nutrition was the focus, and also helping some form of like helping or forming an organization in Tanzania. That was like my niche for going to school for nutrition.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's where
you worked for some time, and then how did you become a tourist promoter? I mean, that's a big change from nutrition to tourism. What inspired you to go into that?
Oh wow, it's a lot of things that kind of like inspired me. One was from my previous visit of when I went for the first time to Tanzania. My family and I were taken on this amazing tour to Tanzania. And we went from Ngorongoro to Tarangire. These are all like national parks.
Sounds exotic.
Oh yes. So Ngorongoro and Serengeti is the 7th and the 8th wonder of the world.
I've heard about the Serengeti is one of the 8 wonders of the world.
Yes, both of them are like, one is like the 7th and the other one is the 8th wonder of the world.
Yeah, wow.
So like going there and seeing the country on the other side of things, it really like picked up my fascinations for the country.
Wonderful.
And I got to appreciate it a bit better. When I came back, I felt like I was entitled to tell everybody about it.
That's wonderful.
And I kept on sharing it to people, telling people about it, but they're like, why would I want to come for animals only? They did not understand like what was so fascinating about the country. So I felt like it was my duty to come and be able to share that story with people. Tell the story besides the animals that are there.
I know what else people, is in there? We always see all the lions and the tigers and all the exotic animals, and but there's more behind that.
Yes. And we believe, of course, there's a lot more than that. And as Africans, or like for me, I will specify even more. Me as a Tanzanian, I believe there's more to see in one particular country or versus all the 54 countries. There's so much. But we need to kind of the same way it's put into countries, you section it in those countries, and you observe what's within that country. But even within that country, there's so much. You tap into like different cities, different villages, different communities, different people. You even get to a personalized level where they're very interesting. So when I was putting together, like coming up with a company, I was like, to do just a safari company would not do my country justice.
There's a lot of safari companies out there.
Exactly. So I have to do something.
You wanted
that's different.
Something different, right?
Yes, something that also will be able to contribute back into the community.
That's wonderful.
Back into first my family.
Yeah.
That's as Africans, you have a lot of family members who are very talented at so many different things.
That's so true.
So you want to involve your community too, and then like. You also want to help the economy within the area. When you involve your family, you're also helping your own communities at the same time. And then the talents that were there were so many. And coming back here, a lot of people do not know about certain countries in Africa.
That's true.
So for me with Tanzania, as a Tanzanian diaspora, I felt like it was my responsibility to be able to share the knowledge and share the beauty of a certain country and just focus on that one country to be able to become the master of that particular country and be able to share it. So that's where Curious on Tanzania came about. And just Curious on Tanzania is out of my own fascinations for Tanzania. And to be able to share it with the world.
But you haven't just limited your program to Tanzania. I know you do other East African countries. Can you highlight some of the countries that you organize trips to? Okay, so you could be able to start your trip from, let me say, from Kenya into Tanzania. Or from Uganda into Tanzania. You could do Rwanda into Tanzania. You could do Zimbabwe into Tanzania. You could do even Burundi. You could start from there and then come into Tanzania. But like it's all the neighboring countries, because now like being able to move from one country to the next is becoming a little bit easier. So you could be able to still focus on like these other countries and then bring it back to like your own country at the same time. So that's what we are working on next. That's wonderful. And how do you promote Curious on Tanzania in the United States? I know you're based in New York. New York is so fast, very diverse. And how do you promote Curious on Tanzania? So in New York, we're very kind of like we call it like immersive. So we want to get involved in with people. We want people to taste the food and know what ugali is and know what mandazi is. So we host like a lot of. I know what mandazi is. In West Africa, we call it puff puff. Oh yes. So it's similar. So you promote the food. We want people to taste. We want people to get a feeling of what I can't tell you enough, but I could have you taste. I could have you listen. We host like different events where you parties, you listen to music, you eat the food, you talk to us who are Tanzanians, and then you come, you have a consultation with us, and we'll share a little bit more about Tanzania and also plan your trip at the same time. That's wonderful. But we do a lot of kind of speaking engagements. We do it's just people sharing. Like for example, this year our goal is to get to 300 people. And we want everybody to at least tell one person about Tanzania, and if they're interested in coming to Tanzania, you could be able to forward them to us, and we're keeping census, we're keeping count. That's 300 wonderful. People by December 31st. Wow. So that's one of our goals, and word of mouth works best. And I'm trying to spread that message to like everybody, so they could be able to help us get to that target goal of 300 visitors wonderful. In Tanzania. Coming with us, we're Curious in Tanzania. Wow, 300 this year. We are going. I'm not going to say we are going to get 300 people by everybody helping us, spreading the word. That's awesome. And can you tell us some of the what do you see when you go on the trips? Like, you know, what are the sites or some of the exotic features on the trip? So most people's trips are very much customized. Where, let me say, there's a trip that's coming up. It's a fitness trip. Actually, the Zanzibar Film Festival is coming up. And that particular the film festival is all about films. You probably love it. And it's happening in July. And people are going to be traveling from the game parks, visiting, doing safari trips. From safari trips, they'll get a little bit of culture. They'll get urban experience in Dar es Salaam. From there, maybe cooking classes in the mix of it. And then they go to Zanzibar, the beautiful beaches of Zanzibar. That's beautiful. They'll do snorkeling. They will, of course, participate in the festival that's happening in Stone Town. Stone Town is like a very old city, so it gives you a feeling like you are somewhere like in the Middle East. Beautiful. The culture is amazing. The seafood is like delicious.
Fresh. Yes, delicious, fresh,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
And they catch it straight from the sea and they put it on your plate.
Wow.
It's like it's amazing. The food is really great. The beach is lovely.
Yeah.
The festival itself, the Zanzibar Film Festival,
Yeah.
is one of the best festivals
It's
in
famous,
Africa.
very famous.
Very
Yeah.
famous, and you get to enjoy that in the in the nighttime. The music that's played or from all over Africa, live music.
Yeah.
So it's like a mixture of everything. We like to mix
Wow.
everything instead of just giving you like a safari.
Right.
We give you the authentic experience of what Tanzania
And
is
that's
about.
what's different about your program.
Yeah.
If someone's going on one of your trips, it's a mixture of experiences, not
Yes.
just the safari or so that's really good.
Yes, and we have like our full team to be able to host you.
Yeah.
And then for some clients who come on our group trips, they get lucky that I escort them on the tour.
Oh,
I'm like the lead tours.
Right.
For example, like last time we hosted Georgetown University. The students from the MBA.
Right.
They wanted to do to see how business was done in Tanzania. So one of the things is they met the second richest man. We helped them meet the second richest man in Tanzania.
Wow.
We had dinner with them and it was amazing. He taught us a lot. But that is part of the experience that you will get when you come with Curious in Tanzania.
That's
is you get to
wonderful.
meet the first or the second richest man in the country.
That's great.
And you understand how is business done?
Yeah.
Or how is this culture? What is it about? You take time to sit down and to think and to see what the people are all about.
That's
not
beautiful.
just the animals. Like I want to put an emphasis. The animals are amazing,
I know.
but it's only a certain part. Like maybe
that's a small
it's
piece.
a small piece.
Yeah, there's much more.
There's more, and I
so
believe
much more.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I believe each country is the same way.
Each country is the same.
Yeah, and I believe especially for us diasporas, we need to take charge. We need to take charge of that and be able to say, "Hey, my country is gorgeous.
That's right.
My country is beautiful. Come see it because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Don't let anybody else define your home, your country, your village."
That's good.
Your the place where like all your roots come from. You know exactly where your roots come from.
Right.
Don't let anybody else define that for you.
We can tell our own stories.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we're honoring you, because you came to America at a very tender age. You know, you're living your dream. You're offering Americans a great opportunity to go out and see the world, right?
Yes.
You know, and experience Africa, the rich experience. So you've developed this program, and do you have a team that you work with?
Yes, we have a team here in New York. Of course, family is very involved, and I'm so thankful for my family.
Yes.
And then we have in Tanzania, it's almost like 20 people.
Wow.
Because we do focus.
So you've offered employment.
Yes.
That's great. That is great. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. We have almost around, because we focus on the whole, almost like 99% of Tanzania.
Right.
Or like 100% of Tanzania, I should say, depending on what our client is looking for. So we have teams like on different areas in Tanzania who will be able to help us out. And that's our community. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
And a trip like this, as exotic as it sounds, you know, if somebody's thinking about it out there, you want to go on one of these trips, it's there, it's available, but what kind of budget are we talking about?
Usually because it's customized, we do meet the client's needs in the middle.
That's right.
And we kind of try to work it out, because this is home for us.
Yeah.
So when
you work
it's
on individual basis.
Yes.
You don't have like a set price. This is how much we charge, and this is what you're gonna do. You work with your clients to find out what they really want to get out of this trip, and you offer it
and
to
what's
them.
the value
Yes.
of that experience.
That's right. Yes.
Because it is important as Africans. We need to be able to learn. Yes, we have so much knowledge, but we need to add the value to it.
That's right.
So, and that value, people need to respect the value, because there's knowledge. There's people behind it who are helping us putting together the value.
Yes.
So whatever value we put on it, somebody would appreciate it once we speak to them about it.
That's wonderful.
But a trip, let me say, average trip is probably like 2,500.
Right.
And that's not including the
that's
international
worth it.
flight.
That's worth it. That's, you get a world of an experience that you never forget, a time of your life.
Exactly.
Wow, that's wonderful. I'm so honored to have been in the studio with you today to, let our audience be exposed to your project, what you're working on, and what you're offering the world. That's why we honor you and we celebrate you this year as a Great Woman 2018.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica, for coming on the show. Well, please stay tuned for more Great Women 2018 on the Move with Lady Kate. Thank you.
I'm Jesta, and I was born and raised in Tanzania. I moved to the United States at the age of 12, but each time I come back, I notice something different and I notice something new, and it just grabs my attention, and I want to showcase it to everybody. I want to tell all my friends about it. I want to tell my friends how beautiful Tanzania is, and they should be able to come and enjoy it and see it the way I see it, or the way we Tanzanians see it, because it's amazing. All together, Africa is beautiful. It's a beautiful place to come visit, and my journey right now with Curious on Tanzania is basically to showcase what Tanzania is all about in my own eyes, and also to just give a different perspective on what Africa is all about. It's not just about us not having enough food to eat, or us being the poverty according to what people say by it. We are rich in some other places. We are rich by our land, as you can see it. We are rich in so many different places. So more emphasis on just being just people getting out there, people traveling, and people coming to see Tanzania all together, and that's what Curious on Tanzania is all about.
Mama ku, mama sa, makumakusa, mama ku, mama sa, makumakusa, mama ku, mama sa, makumakusa, mama ku, mama sa, mama makusa.